All right, so let's start a new detailer file. Um, Give this a name, Coast Collective. Client is OCC 001 for the job number. We need a new plan. Call this O1. I need a wall. All right. We try to think of our frame cat furniture pieces as either walls or floors, right? Walls being vertical cassettes, floors being horizontal, left to right cassettes. So in terms of the shelving unit, that would be two walls, and then it's got some horizontals, which we'll get to later. So for the wall, the overall wall dimension, I think, is 15 inches. Like that's the widest that the wall ever gets. So I'm going to come back to detailer, go 15 inches. Okay, there's my wall. I'm going to right click it, go to properties. Um, Nothing here I need to change. This says wall, so that's good. Machine setup, I've got my OCC. Oh, I need to add my OCC machine setup. The length is 15 inches. The height of this unit is 6 feet. Pitch, there's no pitch. Stud spacing, I'll leave at 2 feet. Use nog, I'll leave on. No service holes. No bottom plate bolt holes. No openings, so let's build it. All right, so using a couple of polylines from the origin, I'm going to go up with ortho 6 feet. I'm going to go this way 10 inches. I'll make another polyline from the origin again, going to the right 15 inches. And then let's end that. Let's delete this stick here. I'm going to delete this stick here. Now delete this stick here. Now I'll do a line again, going from this 10-inch line to this 15-inch line. And that's the basic overall shape of the system. So I've got a stick on the left side, got a noggin right here. Let's do another stick. So you can place a stud section as long as you choose the correct stud section. Place stud section from here to here, going this way. We also need one going here to here, going downwards. And then I need another one going from here to here, going upwards. Okay. So I've got the web up here. My web is of ST2 is a little high. Usually this is the bottom plate and the web is on the bottom, right? The web being the 3 5/8 part. So what I want to do is I want that to actually be, I want to implement a toe kick. So I want a 4-inch high gap. So I'm going to draw a line from the origin to the right. I'm going to offset 4 inches upwards, and that's where that should go. That's where that noggin needs to go. So if I go move from here to here, that moves it up to there. I have this going a little bit too far past this angled piece, so we're going to use trim and extend. And we'll say from this item to this item. Oops, wrong way. I always do this wrong. Let's do this item to this item. Nope. Let's do this item and this item. There we go. Okay. And then just for safe measure, we'll do it here as well. Okay, that one's fine. So that gives me 4 inches underneath here. I also need this to come all the way down to this bottom piece. So let's trim and extend to this line with this angled piece, and that'll bring this tip down to the bottom line of where this needs to be. So I'm going to trim and extend this and this. Okay, so now the bottom of ST1 sits on the ground. This little angled piece floats in the air a little bit, but also sits at least on this corner on the ground. And then I have some plywood that goes on here. So if I take this line, copy it from the bottom of this noggin to here, offset it ½ inch using ½ inch plywood, that moves it to there. Now I need to take all of these and I'm going to copy it. It goes up 16 inches. Okay, I can do that again. Copy 16 inches. And then I'm going to delete my original noggin and take this one, copy it 16 inches. Seems a little off, but now all I need to do is resolve these ST3 and ST4 so that way it's not going past this angled piece. So trim and extend, trim and extend, trim and extend. Okay, now that's all cleaned up. I can get rid of all my lines. So those special sticks that we made, let's go back to our detailer profile setup. Okay, I was explaining it to our Workshop 1 students. Here is the flange notch right here. Right? That's the detail that I used. It's the flange notch or flange cut. And the flange notch is this one right here. Flange cut, tool number 3. It is 1.9 inches from this edge to this edge. When you actually execute a flange cut, it produces a cut in the flange that is 1.9 inches in width. Here it is in elevation. So with that information, I'm going to go ahead and draw, let's draw a line. And I'll draw it from, let's draw it from here and go straight up. I know that the distance between these two walls that I'm creating is 2 foot 4 inches. So I need a stick that spans 2 foot 4 inches, okay, which is that. But I also need to leave a little bit of extra on either side, so that way I can produce a flange notch on either one of those on both ends, so that way I have this little overlapping piece. So let's do another. I'm going to make a horizontal line here, and let's do another one here, and offset 1.9 this way and this way. And then let's draw a stick, place a stud section from here to here, going this way. And then all the way on the far left, you have all of your different tool operations. So if we say left flange notch, and we say place explicit operation, all you need to do is draw a line going from point A to B, and it will produce a left flange notch in that location. And then if I pair that with a right flange notch, I essentially will get a double flange notch, right? It'll cut the left and the right. So I'm going to place that explicit operation in the same 2 points, using the same 2 points that I had done earlier. And you'll get a pattern, a hatch pattern like that. And then from here, all I would need to do is move that down to about there. Oh, sorry. Halfway between 1.9 and 0.95. So let's offset 0.95. So that's the halfway line. So if I take this line now and move it to this halfway line, I can produce that joint. And then I would do the same thing on the other side using mirror. Here's my mirror axis. Here are the explicit operations. And then for this design, I need 2, 4, 6, and 8 of these. So I simply would need to copy this 8 times. 1, 2, oops. Copy, copy. Actually, I'll copy it 4 times because I'm going to create another wall that's an exact duplicate or clone of this wall. So now I'll say close, and I'll take this guy, I'll copy him from here to 2 foot 4 inches away, and oh, good morning. All right, so that wall, and that's it. I'm just kidding. That wall. And that's how you solve world hunger. Thank you. We say clone 2. We're going to clone it to EX1, which is going to allow us to only have to model EX1, make any changes to this panel here, and it'll affect the other wall as well. I won't have to model this 2 times and therefore have a higher chance of making mistakes between the 2 pieces. So I have 1 wall, 4 of these horizontal pieces, so 2, 2. And once I do the duplicate, the clone, I'll get 4 more sticks out of it. I'll get 2 and 4, and that's how you model this. So, any questions? It does not jam the machine, no. Because we're not doing too many of these in a row. We're just putting it on the end caps. And I took it slow again. Super duper slow. Oh yeah. 10%, whatever it was. 10 or 10, maybe 5%. So going super slow, taking it nice and easy, you can produce this. Um, Slightly. I must have messed some of these numbers up a little bit. One second. Yeah, here it is. Here's the final drawing of the actual piece that I created. So 2 foot 4 inches from this line to this line with a flange cut on either end. Seems a little bit smaller than what I have here. Let's go to, I guess it's the same. 2 foot 4 inches. This is 1.9. This was moved. Pretty sure that's all it is. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how. Yeah, yeah, you could do that. It's probably not a super strong drill, but yeah, I don't know. One thing I was thinking of when I was drilling the holes for this, which I did in post, right? After I printed all these pieces out, all those holes that you see on these pieces, I just used a drill press and just drill those all those holes in. Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is that possibly, potentially, I could also use like a triple web hole or bolt hole with web holes, whatever it likes to call it, and just put that in the same spot here to put another hole right there, or three holes. I don't know. I'm always kind of nervous to do like too many extreme things. I guess so. I guess we could try. We kind of need to try it. So, so if I delete all these and take this and copy it over. So yeah, that's about it. Any questions? Yeah, once I hit stop. Both. Hmm. Yeah. Two five. Okay, well the fixed length is the 2 foot 4 inches on the inside, and then outside of that, we need an additional 3.8. 1.9 on one side, 1.9 on one side. Mhm. You'll do this one and Dean's assignment as well. This one's very easy.